Greetings, badasses. How's it going? My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. And today isn't even yoga. It is Pilates. Pilates. Oh, no. I'm going to do this. So let's get on it, right? Pilates is designed to treat and help strengthen. Oop, got that a little bit too loud. Your core, and I'm not just talking your crunchy core, right? That rectus abdominis, which really doesn't need our help unless you wanted to lose, get down to 5%, 10% body fat, which and then you can see that six-pack muscle. It's a very strong muscle on its own. It doesn't need to be any stronger. But the rest of the core needs a lot of attention. We need to give it a lot of love. And some of us who have gestated a human being to life, created a human being, our core is used. Some of us never even knew what our core was to begin with. All of those things mean that we need to give our core some loving attention. And your core muscles it's not just your abdominals, right? It's not just your transverse abdominal. It's not just these intercostals. It's not just the internal and external obliques. It's the latissimus dorsi. It's the pecs. It's the teres minor and the subscap. It's the adductors and the quads and the glutes and the piriformis. It's all of these. So from your knees to your shoulders is what, sorry, my eyes are itchy, makes up our core. And so we want to make these movements tiny. We want to take all the momentum out of them. And we work in repetition, but we do several repetitions and different exercises. Excuse me. And hopefully you can start to discover more awareness of the core as we work, as you get stronger. And you'll notice it translates into more mobility. It translates into more balance. It translates into better, effective workouts all the way across the board in other places. So let's do it. What we're going to do, I'm going to use a 2-pound weight. I wouldn't recommend anything more than 5, but I would even hesitate to do 5. That just means you can't get into good form. So I'm going to use a 2-pound weight today. I might use a stabilization ball, but it's just going to be this little one. And I'm going to use my bands, my tension bands. And it looks like this. These I just love these. And I'm going light, so that's, what is this? 15 to 25 pounds. So those are the things I'm using today. So 2-pound weights. I would use 1 pound if I have them, but I don't. I should invest in them. If you don't have a stabilization ball, you could just use a rolled up beach towel or a throw pillow just to give yourself that little activation. The tension bands. We ready to do this? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. All right, coming on to my back. Ooh. So let's warm up a little bit. Little rock side to side. Tuck the hips. Glutes. Nope. Heels a little closer to the glutes, right? About a fist width apart. I'm going to take my arms up into cactus so that I'm not pressing into the mat. So first we're going to run some Pilates zip-ups. Then we're going to do some extensions. Then we're going to do a little leg lifting. Then we'll do some arm work. Then we're going to do some cross body work. Then we're going to work with the tension band and possibly the stabilization ball. And let's see what else I got going. We'll go from there. All right. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. low belly, belly button ribs, little tuck of the chin. We're holding here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. So I'm taking this inhale through my nose, forcing the exhale out the mouth to deepen my hollow of the belly, right? I want to get deeper into the core. Scoop the belly up and in, low belly, belly button ribs, tuck the chin slightly. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. 2 more of just like that. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button ribs. And here we go. And release. And one more time. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, belly button ribs. Inhale. Here we go. And release. All right, that's our Pilates zip up. Got that? Every time I say check in, usually with my pelvic floor. My pelvic floor is what I drop the most. I mean, it's the easiest to let go of. It's a very ambiguous muscle. Is that what I want to call it? Opaque muscle, oblique. I don't know. It's just one of those ones that you're not really thinking about all the time. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, belly button ribs. Inhale, exhale. We're going. Just slowly extending the leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I'm just dragging my toe down the mat and bringing it back. There's no energy in my leg whatsoever. And I'm holding these ribs down against the extension of the leg, because anytime we extend the legs or we extend the arms, our ribs want to pop up. Hollow that belly a little deeper. Each time I pause, I'm pulling that pelvic floor up. I'm going to go deeper into the low belly. One more set. And release. Woo! Take a little wiggle of the hips. Tuck the tailbone up. All right, we're going to pull that low belly up and in. Pull the pelvic floor. I'm sorry, I've got that reversed. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Yes, low belly. Belly button ribs. Inhale. We're going to exhale. Lengthen the leg. Take a breath. Give me a tiny lift. And lower. Inhale. And bring it back. Right leg. Take a sip of air. Lift. Inhale. Lower. And bring it back. I'm feeling that right under this rib cage. I'm extending that leg. Take a sip. Little tiny lift. It's not even an inch, maybe even an inch off the mat. Just enough to activate those obliques, that transverse abdominis against the activation, or against the Yeah, against the activation. I guess against the lift of the leg. Those hip flexors are firing underneath all of these layers of muscle. And coming on back, we're just going to rest. Let that go for a minute. Take a little twist side to side. Ooh, little wiggle. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. The next batch, we're going to shift to our upper body. We're going to work without weights just for a minute. I'm going into a Y shape. Now, if this position doesn't work for your shoulder energy, come down a little bit and make it sort of a, I don't know, crescent moon shape. The shoulder blades are going to engage slightly to the mat. So open that chest. You're going to feel your ribs extend. They're going to pop up. Squeeze them down, scoop the belly, and then pull the pelvic floor up and in. In this case, right, we're working down the zip up instead of up the zip up. Inhale, exhale. Right arm's going to lift. Inhale, exhale, and lower. Inhale, exhale, left arm. And we're just moving in repetition. Each time you pause, check in with that pelvic floor. I'm shaking a little bit. We're shaking because we're taking the momentum out of the movement, and our muscles are holding up the body weight. Our arm is very heavy. And release. Woo, take a big inhale, big exhale. I'm going to roll up and take some water. Give me a little shake of the head. If you're feeling a lot of tension in your neck, means your shoulders have been shrugging up towards your ears. We want to relax those shoulders out of that movement. All right. Coming on back down, I'm going to take my weights now. And you don't have to use the weights if you don't have them. If you're feeling a lot of energy in the shoulder or you're working through some issues, the weights, negligible, right? You can work with the weight of your arm. It's a lot, right? You just discovered how heavy your arm was. All right, so if you're holding the weights, I've just got them between my thumb and forefinger, resting in the palm of my hand. I've got my elbows in I don't know what this is, hug a tree, right? Slightly lower than your shoulders. Scoop the pelvic floor up and in, belly button, ribs. Inhale and exhale. Here we go. I'm just bringing my fingertips together. Inhale, exhale, lower, but now my arms are not going to touch the mat. Just the very beginning, the very top of my triceps. Check in with your pelvic floor. Try to keep your hands relaxed. Not so relaxed that you drop those weights on your face, but 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release. Woo! Take a little wiggle, side to side. All right, I'm going to go out into my delta sweep. So I'm in an A-frame shape, palms up. Same thing here. Open up those shoulders. Scoop the low belly, belly button, ribs, pelvic floor. Open up those shoulder blades. Inhale. I'm going to raise my right hand just barely off the mat, soft bend in the elbow, and lower. Left arm. See how heavy your arms are? We're taking that momentum out of these movements. And release. Woo! All right, taking those weights off to the side. Shake those arms out. Ooh, ooh, little punch in the air. Rock and roll the fingers, roll the wrists. All right, we're going to do our first Pilates 100 prep. And this is just it's a chest lift, but our arms are going to be by our sides. Now, our tendency when we do this is to roll the shoulders forward because we usually do a chest lift with our arms, our fingertips touching the sides of our heads. That takes our shoulders out of it because right where we're at with the hands, this is going to be a little more of a challenge because I want you to keep that rotation of the shoulders back toward the mat. The chest, everything from the ribs to the shoulders is going to lift towards the ceiling, right? Tuck the chin. We're going to pull the pelvic floor up and in. Scoop the low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. Exhale. Chest lift. Look how small that is. And come down. In fact, I'm barely lifting my head off the mat. Think of it more like you're reaching towards your heels. Try to keep your arms relaxed, except for that activation of the shoulder blades. Give me a little tilt of the pelvis so that you can, the pelvic cradle, so you can keep your waistband in contact with the mat. It's not officially an imprint, but two more, 8, 3 more, 9, and 10. And release. Woo! All right, take the fingertips behind the knees. We're rolling up. I'm taking some water. I'm also rolling up because I'm getting my tension band. Okay. Whew. I'm going to slide my tension band up just above my knees. Coming on down. Oh. All right, so we're going to be doing two exercises. Sorry, I'm thinking about this process. Now, if you're using a tension band, I'm already activating my pelvic floor and my low belly, because when you take that slight bit of tension, your adductors start to fire, and your adductors firing triggers the low belly and pelvic floor. It's just a little bit easier to activate. That's why a reformer is so lovely, because it's really, it's a challenge, but it's also easier to maintain your zip up because you're activating those muscles with some tension. All right. So right now we're just going to alternate a knee lift. All right. And we're going to do our best to keep our feet from pressing into the mat. So I'm just stabilizing so I'm going to go left leg first. I'm just going to stabilize my right leg. I'm not pressing into the mat or using it to lift my left leg, right? There's just a gentle activation here. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. Low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. Exhale. 90 degree it. And lower. So this is a version of the toe touch. Think of it more of the ball of the foot touch. Now, slow it down and do your best to keep that leg at 90 degrees. Now, obviously, if you're using a tension band, it's actually harder to go slower. Your body, your brain wants to go fast because we experience tension and we want to use momentum to clear that tension out of our way. So I want to slow down. A little easier to go slow when you don't have the tension band. Check in with your pelvic floor. Relax the head, unclench the teeth. I guess don't relax your head, relax your neck. Can you relax your head? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right. So now we're going to do a little modified 100. And basically what we're going to do is, so the Pilates 100 is sort of a little pulse, right? It's that chest lift. We're going to lift and go. That's it. We count to 5. We count in 5s by 5, right? To get to 100. We're going to count by 5s to get to 25. And then we're going to switch and do 25 and then switch and do 25. So we'll do 5 sets of 5. And we're not going, and it's a modification because we're going to keep one leg on the mat rather than lifting both legs. So let me show you what it looks like first, and then we'll get started. So that 100 prep we did with our upper body, we're doing that, but we're holding. Then I'm going to bring my left leg up, and now we're going to go. Just like that. All right? Okay. 5 sets of 5 on the left leg. Then we'll switch 5 sets of 5 on the right. And we'll do one left and then right for a set of 100. I will not be talking you through it because I got to count. I want you to just, every time I want you to just double check that Pilates zip up. The pelvic floor is the culprit, right? All right. Here we go. Upper body first. Left leg. Here we go. Release. Take a big breath. And pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Right upper body, right leg. Here we go. And release. If you're feeling your shoulders, so I'm starting to feel some heat in my shoulders, that means I'm rolling my shoulders forward. I want you to tuck those shoulders back and just put it in the chest and upper back and take it out of the shoulder girdle. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale. Upper body. Left leg. Here we go. Excuse me. Tuck the chin. And release. Hot flash activated. Little wiggle of the hips. Last set. Pelvic floor. Low belly. Belly button, ribs. Upper body. Low right leg. Here we go. And release. Whew. All right, tuck those fingers behind the knees. Roll it up. Woo. Take a little fold here. I'm taking some water. Hot flash. Excuse me. Reaching out to a leg, reaching out to a leg. All right. Taking a blanket. We're going to create that wedge. Or if you've got a beach towel, you can use your beach towel. You know what? I have to do this the other direction. So I'm creating this wedge. I'm folding the blanket in a little bit. And then I'm going to fold the other one over the top so that there's a light layer and a heavier layer. Because, nope, I've got that backwards. There we go. And then turn that mamma jamma all the way around. I can do this, right? It's just origami. Who knew? Hips and booty are going on the thick layer. Low back rests on the thinner layer. And this is kind of a makeshift Pilates wedge. And it is designed, or the purpose of this, is to keep our imprint when we take our legs off the mat. All right, we're going to do a little double toe touch. Whew. And so I want this, there we go. I want my hips a little higher than my waist. And I've created a bolster for my imprint, right? So I can just tuck a little gently into the waistband. Whew. It's a tool to help us get there. And then I'm going to squeeze this stabilization ball between my knees. And I'm touching my toes, big toes, little diamond shape. Sometimes we've done this with a big ring. We make a big diamond or a kite shape. Arms are open, pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale, press the waistband toward the blanket. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Relax the face. I used to have my Pilates instructor used to say, tell your clients to smile because you can't have tension in your face or your neck when you're smiling. And I said, you can if you're clenching your teeth. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, tiny little teeny weeny ball. That's what you can do with it. Okay, tucking up, rolling to seated, taking a sip of water. All right, big finish here. The first round is going to be a starfish. And this is crossbody work. My blanket, sorry, my object fixation is starting to show and I need to adjust this blanket. Or is this OCD? I can't remember. We all have a little version of it. Everybody has their thing. There we go. The edges were not aligned. All right. Folding the blanket, I'm going to put it vertically on the mat. So, tailbone to shoulder blades. Okay. Oof, I just clunked my head. Jeez Louise. I'm all right. Legs extended, arms in a Y shape. So I'm kind of in an X shape here, right? My legs are out toward the corner of my mat. My arms are in a Y shape. So I'm in an X shape. I look like a DNA. No, telomeres? I can't remember. Telomeres. Okay. Little tuck of the chin. Now, challenge here for me, sorry, I feel like I'm yelling, is pelvic floor. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs. Inhale, lift the right leg and right arm, left leg, and release. And go. Tuck the chin. Press the waistband toward the blanket. I guess into the blanket. Doesn't have to be a big lift. It could be a couple of inches. We're going to do a big lift in a minute. And actually, it won't be a big lift. All right. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hoo, 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 hoo. Bring the feet in, bring the arms in, take a little sway. All right, we have 2 more. I'm just starting to get tired. So I really want you to be mindful of how we're doing this. And I have to actually adjust this blanket one more time. All right, so this time we're going to go arms and legs up, right? Rock those shoulders back. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Now we're going to go open. Open left leg, right arm. Open. On the diagonal. Scoop the belly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is some low belly heat. Let's roll on up. Okay, now I'm widening this blanket because we are going to do rolling like a ball. Roll, rolling, rolling, rolling. And I'm extending this blanket because I don't have a squishy mat. And the other thing is I don't want you to collapse. So this one's challenging. We're tired. Okay, I'm tired. I mean, this is like little kid stuff, right? Little kids could do this all day because they have a very short center of gravity. All right. Whew. This is me procrastinating. This is literally rolling like a ball, okay? So I'm going to take my fingertips to the behind my knees. I'm going to sit up straight. Inhale. We're going to C-curve it down. Exhale. And up. But as we come here, I want you to, there we go. Slow that down. Roll back. Pause. There it is. So I'm getting a little stretch as I bring my legs over. But I'm taking the momentum out of the roll up. 4, 3, 2. Holy cow. 1. Oh. Who thought that was a good idea? Take a big fold here. Holy Toledo. That was hard. Widen those legs. Take a deeper fold. Oh yeah, rolling like a ball should be easy. Reach across the body. It's not. And switch. You feeling those obliques right up the side of that? I'm going to hold a little bit longer. Whew. Soles of the feet together. Let's actually take pleasant seated pose and take a fold. Feeling that piriformis, those hips. Ooh. Let's switch. Oh, owie, owie, owie. When we work the core, right? I'm feeling my hips, I'm feeling my adductors, my, my glutes. Oh. Soles of the feet go together. Take the arms to the inside of the knees and gently press out. All right, back to pleasant seated pose. Take a big lateral extension. Take the fingertips to the back of the neck. Oh. Big latissimus dorsi stretch there. Internal and external obliques. Oh, and release. So I'm just touching the base of my neck. And then I'm taking that big lateral extension. Reach the armpit toward the ceiling. Holy Toledo. Unwind. All right. I'm going to move to hands and knees. Patting that knee with a blanket. Left foot works all the way forward. Taking this Ekapada Ustrasana. Big hip flexor stretch here. Lengthen that leg, soft bend in the knee, take your Hanuman bow, big hamstring stretch. All right, let's heel toe it out and around. Take that foot, right foot forward. Lengthen that front leg, soft bend in the knee. All right. I'm going to go frog pose. Now, that means I'm lengthening this blanket and taking it across the mat really wide because I want to cushion my knees on this floor. Touch the toes, get the knees nice and wide. Drop into the hips to the heels. Now, this might be just fine for you. You might be just feeling, yes, this is a good stretch. I'm going to come down to the elbows. If you're having low back pain, this is a great one to see because a lot of times tight adductors cause low back pain. Tight adductors, tight hip flexors. I know and I mean hamstrings, and I know we think it's the back, but it's usually that combo platter, right, of the hip girdle, particularly for women who were born with a uterus. Simply because we have a heavier lower body build. The muscle structure is a little bit chunkier, so because of the womb. Other women might be a little tighter in the upper back, upper body. All right, come up off this stretch very carefully. Take a knee in, take another knee in and around the body. Ooh, 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 ooh. Whoo! Hey, we did it. We did it. Taking a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does. I hope you're standing up taller. I can just feel myself I just feel like I'm standing up a little taller. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. And of course, today was not yoga, it was Pilates. Grace and kindness, motherfuckers. That's all I've got to say. Do no harm. Leave other people fucking alone, man, if they're not hurting you. And listen, you're not being hurt. Oh, sorry. My rage is bubbling up. Hey, honor your body for doing what you asked it to do today and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not because you wanna throat punch assholes. I think I need another dose of my meditation mantra before I head out into the world today. Try to feel grounded. I'm trying to let go of things I have no control over. I'm trying to focus on the things that I do have control over. And honestly, people, do no harm. Grace and kindness. It's not that hard. Oh, fuck. Don't be an asshole. Ciao.